Welcome back to Hot Rod Guy Garage, and this is going to be another episode on the Little Red Convertible and another How to Make Your Geo Metro Faster series. So stick with me through the intro, and I'll be back. And alright guys, a lot has went on. I've been busy here at the shop, so I didn't get the video me putting the head and stuff back on the car, on Ronnie's car. But what we will do, we'll go over what I did do and the changes I made along the way. Hopefully today we'll get a little data. I've already weighed his car. Took about 82 pounds out of the car in total. And then I put roughly 40 something back in it with fuel. So let me flip the camera around. We'll go over what I've done. And alright guys, as you can see, it is all back together. Obviously I painted his valve cover and stuff, but this is the ported head off Project Freetro. Remember the one that picked up 4/10, and then I combined it with a ported manifold and it picked up 8/10. If you haven't seen that video, go back to the ported cylinder head and exhaust manifold video. I'll drop a little shot of it up here, right in here. But what I did do, I put that head on there, had it checked out. We put a couple of valves in it, done another valve job, gave it a fresh surface. I put his old camshaft in there. This head does have a very stiff set of valve springs, so the RPM potential goes way up on these motors with that. Ported stock intake. It ported stock TBI on his car. I did put the stock air filter back on it with a newer filter that I had. I cut the air intake off here, that way it gets some of that cool air coming around the headlight instead of going through all the baffle mess down there. And the big elephant in the room is this 1.5 inch tube header that I built. This is a super long primary tube header. I don't know if you can see down here, but it connects back to the stock exhaust. It's a 2.5 inch collector. This steps down to 2, and then it steps down to the stock exhaust. That is something he will have to upgrade later, hopefully sooner than later, because that will help power potential greatly. I'm going to go to a set of surface gap spark plugs in it. As you can see, it's got Freetro's Excel plug wires on it. Also went to a stock style distributor cap that doesn't have the big large prongs in it. It's just got the little wires stick out, and that does help spark accuracy on these motors. But other than that, guys, I put an XFI air block off plate on it. Other than that, it appears pretty much stock. The big difference is the weight savings, the compression gained, which it gained quite a bit of compression. This motor cranks about 235 psi on a cold cranking compression test, which means it's going to be a 93 octane only motor. And it's going to kind of limit the timing what we can run, but that don't really matter in this case because we're gaining power. So guys, it's pretty much a simple setup. Keep in mind, that's a home ported head that I done. It wasn't pro ported. We did get some flow numbers from it, but I'm waiting on some more data from him on the stock head before I release those. But so far, I put some miles on Ronnie's car. Car runs super well. Got decent oil pressure. Keep in mind, we didn't put no bearings or an oil pump or anything in it because all that stuff looked okay. But what we do have is very, very good compression. It should give him a nice long life. It's not doing oil farts anymore that these are known to do. There's absolutely no blow by. So, how much does it pick up over what it did before? And that's what we're going to get into in this video. I'm going to take y'all for a ride. We're going to drive Ronnie's car. We're going to talk about it a little more later on. But, guys, it runs pretty well for what it is. I was super impressed. The early cars do have a rev limiter that's about 6,500 RPMs. And this car pulls straight up to it and wants to keep pulling further. So, until we get rid of the stock TBI, which we are going to do later, because me and him's done talked about doing a 2-barrel swap on it to open it up even more. That's going to be after he gets his exhaust. He's got a few little tinkery things he's going to have to do that we talked about. just so this fits in his budget right now. But so far, I'm pretty impressed with the car for the mods that we've done. So follow along with me. We'll see what we get into today. And we'll see how much faster we made Ronnie's little red vert. So let's get to it. So I went back and reviewed Freetro's data. Freetro picked up about 8/10. Keep in mind it was still an automatic at that point. So we picked up 8/10 in Freetro. What did we pick up in Ronnie's car? Minus the 2-barrel and adding the header instead of a ported stock manifold, right? Well, Ronnie's car picked up 1 second and 4/100ths, which is a pretty awesome gain. You know, you can't beat it, guys. A little compression, a little flow goes a long way in these motors. I do believe Ronnie's car will pick up a ton more with a 2-barrel swap and possibly a camshaft and an adjustable cam gear later, along with putting an exhaust that's not 1 inch and 3/4 on it. And that will help also. We're about at the tuning limitations of the stock throttle body. I did order some surface gap plugs to put in it just to test out and see if there's any gain there. So when they get here, I've been waiting on them for 2 days. They're sitting super hard to get. I've got a couple out being tested as far as economy and drivability, and they're going well. So it may be a new thing with the Geos to go to a surface gap plug. We'll explore that later. But pretty much, guys, I mean, I can't complain about the gains on it, and I'm sure Ronnie won't either. It's a mega fun car to drive. It is super, super smooth all throughout the RPM range. It runs good. Pretty impressive for what it is. And keep in mind, it's still convertible, so it's heavier. So a clutch would definitely pick it up. A few other little minor tweaks will definitely pick it up. And this car, for an NA car, it's a little sleeper, guys. I mean, it could give a lot of other economy cars a run for the money at this point. So if you like these kind of videos, make sure you like this video, share it with your friends, and most importantly, hit that subscribe button. And I'll be back here in a little while when I get my spark plugs. We'll swap them out, and we'll go make some more passes and see if we picked up any else. So I'm pretty sure it might not, but it's part of it, guys. Tweaking and tuning. So I'll be back here in a little while. All right, guys, the plugs I've got here, for anybody curious of a surface gap plug, here's your NGK part number. Surface gap plug looks like this, guys. There is no protruding electrode or protruding ground strap. What this means is you have absolutely no shrouded spark, and these plugs are usually pretty cold. This is an 11 heat range plug. Let's give them a try in Ronnie's car. Turbo Dano's been running them in his little red, so let's put them in Ronnie's little red convertible. Dan showed some pretty positive fuel mileage gains from going to this style plug, and that's something me and him have discussed over time to do some spark plug testing. So let's do some performance testing now. The fuel mileage testing portion of it's over. Let's put them in Ronnie's car and see if it picks up any. Hopefully it does. So we'll see. Just to note, this ain't from Ronnie's car. This was after I washed the engine bay and a little water got in the exhaust. That's not fresh. but well, it sure revs different. So let's go give it a test and see if we picked up anything with the data. Well, it's the next day, and of course, I've done some testing with the surface gap plugs, and I had to pull a little timing out of it because I was getting a little detonation, especially at park throttle, which I kind of figured that the car, it's a little on the leaner side, and you're going to get that kind of stuff. So I pulled some timing out, and when I pulled the timing out, I pulled about 3 degrees. The car started to spin really hard, and I couldn't get no real good data yesterday. So I was going to wait until this morning, try to get some more data, let the clutch stuff cool down in the car, and it's raining. Typical Tennessee weekend stuff. So it looks like I'm not going to get any data on the plugs at least till next week. So when I get that data, I will update probably on my community page. But for now, this is where we're at on how to make the Geo Metro faster, a little red convertible edition. He's ready to go home, other than a few little touches. I've still got to change oil again, and I got to put some antifreeze in it because I put some straight water in it to flush the radiator out. So until next time, guys, make sure you like this video, share it with your friends, and most importantly, subscribe. And I'll see you at the next one. Thanks for watching.